Billy Beige here, and this is an impromptu kind of guerrilla style review, which is kind of what I always do. But for the first day, this was a surprise drop because we had where it was going to be Vorgus Vermilius today, two, and then tomorrow it was a two-pack of Walther Mad. But this has where it's the surprise, no kind of real kind of hint or anything. There was whispers of like a Silver Knight coming in. You're like, oh, maybe it's Silver Knight 2.0 reinforcements, maybe have like a new head, 2.0 body, but no, that's where it's this body. And at the first glance, you're like, oh, it's the heads from the Father Christmas pack, still silver. There we go. Little accents on it, wonderful. And you're like, maybe that's just the body from the Aether Wave for the Leodicius Knights and stuff. What was it? The name here, Knights. But what it turned out to be, these were the new parts that are in the Necronominus wave for the Aetheron Knights. That new knight arms and legs and neck torso with a hinge in it. This is those new pieces, and it was, when I found out, I was like, I have to get in line. I have to get this Valiant Knight. I have to play with it. So I'm going to pull him out of the package and play with him for this minute, for a few minutes, then go back downstairs and have fun with everybody. Because, I needed to chill out some. First off, I am very sorry the lighting is not great in the hotel room, but, it's supposed to be dark and gloomy and weird. But I did bring a LED light just in case, and I'm glad I did, because now it's like this knight figure. So before I go over the figure itself, which is a $40 figure, at least at the con, it has one of the two heads there from the Father Christmas, and the other one, that big beaky helmet there. It has new pauldrons. Well, new sculpted pauldrons that were already, done up and stuff. It has the new range of motion arms. It has the new molded hands, which it also comes with a ton of hands. These are all the ones from the Necronominus wave where it has like the fist knight. I'm going to take off the zoom there. The focus. It has the fist hands from that pack, from the hand pack there. It has the weapon holden knight hands from that pack there, which are also very dope. It has the reaching knight hands from that pack, which are very expressive, very reminiscent of Dr. Doom. And then also, no, actually, I have messed up and thrown two up there. So it has the kind of clutching, and then it has the kind of like reaching hands. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of hands this $40 figure comes with, which to me is just enough. This is a plethora for a $40 figure with new sculpted parts. Also, kind of blows my mind. So these, we already know from Father Christmas, are a 1.0 head. So I can go ahead and pop this off. This fun neck peg, not the normal neck peg that would just be straight up and down. It has the hinge in there. So this head can go fully forward. It can go knocking back. And then the fun thing, this is a 1.0 ball on this. I'll find that later. A 1.0 ball on this head here. And as soon as I get this piece out here, I can swap it for a 2.0 head ball here. So you can stick your 2.0 heads on here. Like if you wanted to put a 2.0 knight head on here, a goblin head, stuff like this, you can put different helmeted heads on here, and I'll just let your mind kind of wander with different 2.0 helmeted heads you could put on here. It's super cool. And before I get this off here and put this back here, I'm going to do the magic of time stop and go find the piece that's over 6 feet to the left of me on the hotel floor, and speed this up in a second after I finish the accessories, because it has that scabbard that we got in the Aether Wave that has where it's super cool. Very simple, but it's, I mean, like, it still has a lot of detail in it, and you can unsheath the sword, resheath it. I do not see the standard belt, but we have this belt on there. This belt from the belt pack on there that has where it loops through and swoops, so you can take this and put it through there for him to have a sword, whether it be from the back side, whatever. I would prefer a different belt on there, but the thing is, you'll get a different belt to put on there. It's okay, everybody. We'll be okay. Other than that, we have the beaky helmet, and then we have a mace, which has a generous amount of chain. It has that same color that matches the scabbard. And then we have the Valiant Knight shield, which I adore. And if you know for where I'm from, it's because fleur-de-lis are everywhere in South Mississippi and Louisiana. And we have 3 on this shield. So he is the fleur-de-lis knight to me. And he has that standard shield peg right here. It goes into the shield. I'm not going to mess around with it too much because after putting oil on that one shield in my last review, it is a game changer for getting them on and off. And I don't have that here now, so I'm not going to break it. But let me go grab the neck peg and we will go over articulation. All right, articulation. Again, not the best lighting, but let's go through this. So you have your standard ball joint at the head, which you get your standard articulation. But then there's standard articulation, and there's the extra hinge articulation, which I can then contort down to the point where your figure is literally looking down. If I then go move on to the standard, same articulation. It's a new torso right there, the thinner torso for 1.0, but standard like ball at the bottom of the chest articulation. Lean that forward. He's looking at the ground. This is more articulation than we've ever had in a 1.0, and it's fantastic. You can do shots, stuff like that, posing, everything. Get that emotion, attitude, and range out of these figures, and it just brings more to the sculpt. It's wonderful. I am super happy for this. The pauldrons may be new, but it still has that same kind of range for the pauldrons. You can kick them up, but then you move on to the new sculpted arms. So let's see how far I can go up with the T pose. Again, it's going to be hindered by the armor of the sculpt. I'm excited to see what they do with everything else. But then I find out, unfocus, go in here and focus, that this piece right here, it's a separate piece right there to aid in that range of motion. So I can kick it up without fear, and I can get that full T pose. That's pretty dope right there. Just saying. I was not expecting this to be a separate, softer plastic piece that's glued in there. That's good job, Horseman. Like, I know we'll get the Necronominus wave sometime in 2024, but it's nice. It's a treat to get a taste of this right now. Okay, so range of motion for the elbow now. Used to be, a good 90, so let's see what we can get out this boy right now. And it is beyond a 90, because it would have been the standard 90 about right there, and now it has where, like 5, 10, I'd say close to 5 more degrees in one direction, maybe 10 at the most. I don't have a protractor. I'm no mathematician, but hey, it's there. It's added, because like you see, go in there, you see how it's done up, because you have a hinge, and then there's this extra piece there, like we saw where like this is like it's like a floating piece for the elbow armor there. So I have that extra range. You can kind of wiggle with it, and is it a 45? Can someone with math do this? It is what it is. But it's more range than we've had in, was it 2? I'm going to have to throw the time up here when Mythic Legions was actually started. It feels like 10 years. It feels like it. Okay, let's see how far he can kick up with his hips. I can get up. Oh, okay. So, before I go further, that's how far. That's really generous for just the standard, forward kick right there. It's about straight. So that's about a 90. But then you have the ball joint right there. So I can go ahead and hit that right there, put this down. This figure, it has where he can do an axe kick. That's an axe kick, guys. That's a next level of articulation for Mythic Legions that has not been there before. This is amazing to me. This is, okay, what knight's axe kicking, but what person is going to live to tell about getting axe kicked in the face by a fully plated knight? Not you. That's who. But it's pretty fantastic right there. I'm excited about that. Let's see the range of motion on the knee real quick. And the range of motion on knee, it doesn't seem like much, but I feel like the original range of motion on knights was closer to this. It's crazy. It's crazy that just in some areas the slight amount and then working with other joints to make that just ridiculous amount of combined just range of motion is bonkers to me right now. The legs still have where it is normal hinge right there, down, up, and then you have your rocker. And it has where it's that new sculpted toe on there. It's wonderful. You can put it into the reins, the holsters, the foot things for your horses. With that right there, it works out. That is the complete new range of motion. Here's the back of the armor. It's what it is. It has where its new waist armor right there. Again, this is new torso right there. It is slimmer. If you have any kind of like soft goods that would just go over a torso, they will go in there and they'll look very well. It has where his arms do go straight down, which is a fantastic thing. Is something I am looking forward to in Necronominus. I can't remember if it's in Poxus or not, but even then with this, like the human bear parts in Rising Suns that we just saw yesterday, it's like this helps hype it up. I was worried that these figures taking so long to come out, you kind of forget what was coming, and then you're like, ooh, the new of like Rising Suns. You're like, yeah, the bear, yeah, Atlas, stuff like that. You forget about things like this in Necronominus and so on. But then this just shows getting in the hand, it still has where it has that magic, it has that wonder. I can't wait to get Poxus in the hand. I can't wait to get the other ones in the hands. No matter what, I can't wait for all these waves that I've pre-ordered to get in hand, and like just getting this one. And it's a wonderful figure. I got wonderful accessories for hands and stuff. Thank you, Four Horsemen, for this wonderful surprise. This will be available later in the year. I can't quote that it'll be the same time as Reinforcement 2, but I feel like when those Reinforcement 2 figures come out, when the Legionscon figures have where they're available for the normal sale from Store Horsemen, this figure should be with that or within that time frame, I imagine, because this guy's fantastic. I need more of him. I'm going to pick up more of him because I didn't order heavy on the Aetheron Knights for Necronominus, and this is a good reason, in hindsight, that I didn't, to get more of these to do more customizing. This is Middle Beige. I'm doing great. I'm having fun at Legionscon. I'm going to cut this out. Well, no, I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to stitch this together, get it out there, and then I'm going to go have more fun. See you in Legionscon Day 2 on Sunday, or vice versa. Enjoy my review. Subscribe. Later, guys. Have fun.